Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dr.Z NFT podcast. I'm your co-host, Matt Gazer, co-creator of the Chronicles of Dr. Zammsy, with my inventor, NFT master, Rolf Kowalczyk, and our awesome podcast guy and 3D modeler, Gordon Neal. How you guys doing today?
Yeah, decent, man.
Awesome.
All right.
So bank holiday
here. We got some good news. We got some important news for everyone this week.
Why don't you go fight him?
Yeah, we do have, I think, some incredible news. For those of you that have been following us for the past few months, we've been prepping and planning for set 3, and finally everything is just about done. So we have about 3-4 more weeks before launch for May 27th.
We have a new date. We have a new date. So May 27th is now in the United States. That's Memorial Day weekend when we memorialize all the fallen from all the wars.
Yeah.
But so that's going to be the Friday before Memorial Day weekend. That is May 27th.
And it's definitely happening this time. May 27th is.
It is. We needed more time because of the marketing component to this. We just felt that if we had launched last Friday on the April 29th, it would have fallen short because we only had a week and a half left to get everything done, and it was just getting way too tight. And all the pack.
And we have some really fun things planned now for the marketing for everybody. We're super stoked. So everyone look in their Discord and Telegram and Twitter. There'll be the announcements for these fun things we're doing. So we've been talking about it for a while, but we're going to have this scavenger hunt, which it's live right now. If anybody, I'll just give a hint because it's the first clue, the first one. If you go to on YouTube, our number 19 episode, in the show notes, there'll be a hidden link in there. And so, and that's going to take you to where you can get a free NFT for this scavenger hunt. So from now until the 27th, we're going to be doing the scavenger hunt where you're going to go to our YouTube. Hopefully you like and subscribe. You're going to have to try to find these links, and everyone's going to be able to get 2 free NFTs so that by the end, real close to the 27th or on the 27th, we're going to have this special card. You can blend all of these basically shards you're going to be discovering. It's going to be part of the recipe to create this blend for everybody. So I think everyone's going to have fun with that. Nice. What do you guys think? Is it going to be fun?
I think so. I think our friends have been itching for some kind of puzzle or, some kind of event that involves finding free NFTs. And here we are. And Rolf's come up with a great plan, rolling out multiple different scavenger hunts throughout the month. We're rolling out our free NFT drop into everyone's wallet. So if you've bought a Dr. Zammsy NFT, that's coming into your wallet this week, I believe, right?
That should be coming this week. But we're gonna today. I'm gonna post a link in the Discord today, so that any of the fans will be able to get first crack at it. So it's gonna be a protected NFT on NEFTY blocks. So you have to have this special key link, and then the fans in Discord will be able to get access to that first, and then we'll send it out to the masses, because some people, just maybe forgot about us, or but the people who have been here with us since the beginning and are talking to us, we want them to get first dibs. So this free advertising, it's advertising the May 27th drop, but this will be able to be redeemed 1-for-1 on another blend, a blend on NEFTY blocks, where you'll be able to just blend it and get this sneak peek of the animated series, which is really cool. So our animated series is a little bit of a prequel to what what Dr. Zammsy has been so far. When our animated series launches right now, the way it's set up is you get to learn about Dr. Zammsy as a youth, as a 20-year-old. And so the cards you've already collected is kind of a little later in life, when he's already had a lot of these experiences. And so we wanted to kind of start the animated series where he's younger, and you get to see him progress to where we are now. So it's kind of cool to get that full story.
Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, our writer Matt Lyon suggested that, and we rolled with it. And it's going to be really cool. You're going to get to see a lot of funny moments of him just trying to figure out his career while this massive threat is taking place across his world, which opens up our NFTs are when he's more of like a 40-year-old, like a Peter Venkman age, or a Indiana Jones type age in our cards, which is kind of cool. So there's like these two parallel universes that people get to try and understand about this franchise once the animated series comes out. On that front, we have a meeting with Gaumont, huge film company, this Friday, I believe, and we're pitching the animated series to them. Animal Logic.
And their series just came out this weekend, the Usagi Yojimbo, and I was watching it with my kids. It was pretty good, actually.
Samurai Rabbit.
Samurai Rabbit just came out this weekend. So my kids I was like, whoa, it popped up on, because we were researching Gaumont, doing our due diligence, and that was their big project coming out, and it popped up on Netflix, and I was like, oh, okay. My kids were stoked.
The people over there that we've connected with are very excited about the deck, the series to pitch, and they want to learn more. So we're crossing our fingers that they want to work with us, and so that's really exciting.
And they're one of the oldest film studios in existence. They actually formed in the late 1890s. So they're out of France, and I mean, I was just doing a little research on them. Like, they made Leon, the Professional, was one of their movies. But if you research them, they kind of were up and down, and then they had a huge hit a couple years ago. It was I can't remember the name of the movie right now, but it's the most it's the most biggest moneymaker in France of all time. I'm just going to look it up really quick on here.
It's interesting because I think the Dr. Zammsy franchise would fit really well into French culture, Edwardian,
Victorian stuff as well.
Victorian, I think they would really dig that.
I think I could have sworn Illumination were over there as well. The guys who make the Minion films, the Despicable Me films.
We did reach out to them a year ago, back before we even had a deck or a real solid story for the animated series, and they passed on us because they're more into slapsticky, more funny fart stuff, which we have integrated into our story for the series, but they passed at that time. So we're trying to get back in touch with them to show them the updated material, which is getting a lot of great responses. But
they'd be interesting to work on that as well.
So that movie was called The Untouchables. You guys might not remember it, but it was nominated for Academy Award about 10 years ago. But it made it was like the highest grossing movie of all time in France. And then they also made like The Fifth Element, and I guess they're associated with Luc Besson because he made the Professional, Fifth Element, La Femme Nikita. So yeah, it'd be awesome if Gaumont takes us on. I mean, The Fifth Element's the only movie I think I saw it 6 times in the theater. I don't think I
blew my mind when it came out.
I haven't seen any other movie more than twice in the theater, and I saw this Fifth Element like 6 times.
It's a good film.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, that is fantasy avant-garde.
Sci-fi fantasy, kind of, definitely.
I mean, sci-fi fantasy just at a whole nother level of creativity. Just loved that movie.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll see Dr. Zammsy and see the potential.
Yeah.
Lou Besson worked with that actress Scarlett Johansson on some virus movie. My friend Richard was a visual effects supervisor for that film. I forget the name of
Lucy?
it. But
no, it was actually.
Thank you,
Oh, Lucy.
It was Lucy.
Okay. Lucy.
Yeah.
Oh, Lucy. Okay.
Because a lot of that was filmed in France, so I'm assuming. Yeah, when you talk about it now, it does seem like it would be filmed that would be a French film. So
yeah.
Right.
Anyway, Richard was telling me stories. I had lunch with him on Friday, and he was telling me about that as well. He said,
Lucy.
He said Lou would get a kick out of our pitch.
Mm-hmm.
See where that goes.
Oh,
maybe.
Wait, what? Luke, he knows.
Richard has, he has direct contact to him.
Dude.
So,
let's do that. I mean, he's one of my favorite directors, man, of all time.
Yeah, he's amazing. Totally
let's make
amazing.
the live action Dr. Zammsy with.
I mean, he would
our boy,
be crazy.
Sacha Baron Cohen,
so
Luc Besson directing.
Sacha Baron Cohen playing Dr. Z.
Get it in the hands of your old boss, Dave Filoni. I'm sure he would love to make it as well.
I know the lunch meeting with Richard was all about just catching up because it had been a few years. We had some phone difficulties. He switched his phone. We kept texting each other, but we were never getting our texts. And then finally he figured it out, and he was like, "Dude, we got to connect." And so he lives in my town, Richard Bluff. He's a senior visual effects supervisor for the Mandalorian projects, and he's just done some incredible work.
Yeah,
he's ILM.
Yeah,
and told me a lot of crazy stories I can't mention publicly, but. Fascinating stuff. The early days of Mandalorian was a very difficult time for everyone.
Yeah,
They were trying something that nothing that had ever been done before, and so he was just explaining all the frustration that
I
went
think because
along
of
with that.
the way you've described the world as well, it does. I've always said to people, it feels like you're building the next Star Wars, and I think people are sleeping on it. And definitely, like I think guys like Filoni,
It's a huge
Favreau,
risk, though. I mean, it's a
yeah.
huge
Oh no,
risk.
totally.
There's
Yeah, if it's
very, very few non-sequel sci-fi
I
fantasy
know.
things.
You've got to
There's
think as well,
very
though,
few.
like when Lucas first done it as well, that's why he struggled so much initially because it was such a risk. But think about how much that's paid off. I mean, those films were made in the 70s, and like 50, 60 years later, we're still remaking them, and people are still talking about them, and things are still
Oh,
getting made
totally.
of them.
Oh,
So
yeah.
all off the back of one guy's vision. So I mean,
it's pretty amazing.
I mean, these days, like a super high budget sort of sci-fi movie, it's very rare not to be a sequel. Like one example is like Alita Battle Angel. I mean, I thought it was a good movie, but I think it
done fairly
underperformed
well at the
because it's
cinema.
just a brand new franchise, right? Like the sequel, if it ever gets made, would probably make a lot more because it's just kind of entering the sphere of people's reality.
I think it was a battle as well because it was an anime. It was based on a Japanese animation book, so like a manga. So people were kind of like, "Is that really going to take?" But I think that came out off the back of the Ghost in the Shell success because I think Ghost in the Shell done relatively okay. So they were kind of like, oh well, if it's going to have that
But I
kind of
can't
success.
think of an anime that live action from comic to film in America that's done exceptionally well, like Avatar or Star Wars. Like, can you? They always seem to kind of fall flat.
If you
comic
have
book wise,
Netflix,
Marvel obviously have dominated for the last 20 years almost. So
I mean, the title is kind of funny, and it just seems kind of funny if you think about it. But it was really, really good. It's called Warrior Nun, and that's based off a Japanese anime. It's on Netflix. They did a first season.
Anime's got a premise, I think, that's hard for Westerners to adapt, and I think because sometimes a lot of them are quite action packed, almost like old school kung fu films. Because there'll be a lot of fight scenes or a lot, and even the opposite. Sometimes there's like extended talking scenes. So I think it's finding a balance for a Western audience because when you try to sell it,
Either of you guys see Warrior Nun?
No. I've not. No.
I highly recommend it. I mean, you would think it's cheesy or something, but it's really, really, really well done. And the main actress, it just is a superstar. Like I'm sure we'll see her headlining movies in the future.
That's cool.
It's basically
I just wanted to mention really quick too that if some of you guys haven't checked out our website, please do. We've done some enormous updates on the past 3 weeks, and check out the games tab. We have like tons of great material explaining just how the card game is going to play out. Really crude demos though of tests on how that worked. We have a full trailer of the metaverse test we did of Dr. Zammsy's laboratory. And then just tons of the database too that Rolf's been putting together over the past 6 months, where you can basically look up any cards you want. That's up there. Everything's all very well laid out now. We have tons of information about everything we've done and we're doing. So check that out, please. And
the website is looking awesome.
We're not giving up here, and we're definitely pushing forward. And we can't be more excited about set 3. So
we've got the animation. The animation cards are looking awesome, which
super cool.
Our friend here, Gordon, made four of the animation cards was from Gordon, and then 2 are from John Helms, the supervisor for the animation of Yoda at for Revenge of the Sith and Phantom Menace. And then if you go to our website too, we have these really cool animations that we modeled off of Hodl God, the Hodl God collaboration we made. John Helms also made those, which if you go to our website right now, it's really cool. The pack art,
the packs are rotating,
3D animation.
I think next week. So our web designer's on vacation this week. So next week he's going to be putting up all the pack info. In terms of the different variants that are included and percentages of getting.
I could go over that really quick. Actually, wait, keep talking right now, and I'll just pull that up.
Sure,
I could tell them what's in the packs.
Yeah, so we're really excited about adding that kind of value to the main page where you're going to actually be able to see what you're buying, including the price of each packs, which I'm sure Rolf can talk about right here in this podcast. So, I mean, everything is figured out, The next 3 weeks are literally just, getting onto other people's podcasts, getting, people to make videos of our set 3 project, marketers, and writing articles about the set and just getting the buzz out there. We're also planning, we already have a slot ready for Atomic Hub. We're going to be throwing banners the day before and the day of the launch. So we're really poised. We're going to be poised and ready to, get the masses to check this out. And obviously, we're going to be dropping these free NFTs into everyone's wallet. So all 22,000 wallets that we have are going to, see this and hopefully check out our website and see what we've been up to.
Yeah,
if they haven't already.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. So yeah, I have some numbers here. So basically, we're gonna have 3 packs this time. If you go to our website, you can see the 3 packs. So we're gonna have the Dr. Zammsy box 3, and we're gonna have the Ultimate Animation box 3, and then we're gonna have the Matt Gazer's Collector's box 3. And so the Dr. Zammsy box 3 is going to have 4 cards in it, and 2 are going to be battle satchels, where there's going to be a 50% chance of getting a ground satchel, and then sort of a lower percentage to get these other more rare satchels. And then 2 of the cards will be guaranteed common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, mythic, or sketch cards in that very first box. And that's going to go for $25. So you're going to get 4 cards for $25, but these character cards are the Replicon Nexus type cards, where you're going to be able to use them over and over again to create units that then you can sell on the open market. So the value here, these are only going to get more expensive with, further sets down the line. And as soon as this takes off, it's going to be much more expensive to get these Replicon Nexus cards. So then we got the Ultimate Animation box, which is going to be $149. So it's about 6 times more than the first one, but you get way more stuff. So there's going to be 30 cards in this box. 15 of them are going to be satchels, which are a better percentage. Like, you're going to have a better percentage to get these, like the instant effect and the building, the airborne satchels and range satchels will be easier to get. But then you're going to get 15 character cards, which it's a little better percentage as well. So like on the Dr. Zammsy box, it's like a 63% common, 24% uncommon, 10% rare, 2% epic, 1% legendary. And then on the Ultimate Animation box, it goes down to 40% common, 30% uncommon, 20% rare, 7% epic, all the way down to this secret sort of cure card that's very hard to get. There's only going to be about 5 of those. And then the sketch cards in the first box, there's going to be about 8 sketch cards that are 1 of 1s. So we have a bunch of these 1 of 1 cards that you're going to want to get because there's only 1 of them. It's a sketch, and it will actually power up in a battle unit to maximum strength. It's going to be a very special card in the game as well, even though it's this special sketch card that Matt did as well. And then finally, we have the Matt Gazer's Collector's Box, which it's the only place you can get this blue Waxundrium special set. It's just not available in the other 2. So that one's going to be for more of the whales. It's just under $2,000, but you get 44 cards, which 12 of them are just like the full set of new cards with a blue upgrade that it's just going to make it much more powerful. And then there's going to be a sketch video card, and then another very special sketch card that's only in the Matt Gazer's Collector's Box. So since the beginning, we've always liked to make a range where the average person can participate, and then the whales can also participate, and everyone gets to have fun. So our game coming out,
an enormous amount of work went into this. It's like,
yes,
I think 6 months, in the making of doing all the paintings and the animations and the stories and everything. So it's pretty wild. And then just so everyone knows too, when you get a satchel in these boxes, you're going to get a conceptual piece of art that shows that satchel. Our plan for the actual game is that you'll redeem that for a 3D version of that satchel, and that will be a usable asset in the game. So you're essentially locking in NFTs that are going to be redeemable for true assets later down the line, but that's coming really soon. Our first goal, once set 3 launches, and hopefully we can make a little bit of capital, we want to allocate a certain percentage of that to get the splicer system working properly in an interface on our website, where you can actually come in and pick the NFTs you want, grab the satchels you want, and meld them into a battle ready unit that will be eventually playable in the game. We want to get people used to this because that's part of the whole process of getting your deck ready for the card game. It's exciting. We still have a great plan moving forward, and set 3 is pivotal in terms of that plan. So check out our website, and we're just excited.
The website's looking amazing. And Matt mentioned before, you can go to the card database. It's just a little bit farther down from where the packs are. And if you click on that, it's got all the cards and variants that have been made so far that Matt and I created.
But not set 3 yet, correct? That's not on there.
Set 3 is not on there yet, but set 3 will be on there shortly after launch. We'll get those on there as soon as possible. But so right now you can go on there, you can see all the variants, and all of our cards are stakeable on whenstaking.com, where you can, if you go to our FAQ, that explains, if you're not sure what that's all about, but you can stake all of our cards and earn an APR and in Void token, and that's going to be an in-game currency. We've been talking about this for a while, but it takes a while to develop everything, but it just looks awesome. I mean, we've been talking to all these VCs and people on different chains and things, and we still think this is awesome. Like our partnership with Onestis, and we had a big meeting with a guy who is on other blockchains and just had no clue what the Wax blockchain was. And he showed us this graph of like, where's the money, follow the money or whatever. And, when you think about it, that is one aspect of it. You want to try to get these whale people that want to give you money, but the Wax blockchain is really designed for the masses. It's designed for the kid on the playground to just trade with his friend for free, like not pay a $200 gas fee to just send something. The Wax blockchain is for the $1 to $10 to 5 cents cards, like you used to do on the playground with your friends. So when we looked at those numbers again, the transaction numbers are so much are as equal or more to Ethereum, so there's a lot of usage here for the masses, whereas Ethereum I still think has a big problem where it's still catering to the richest of the richest of the richest people, or people who got lucky and got in early on Ethereum. So we're still plugging away with Wax, and we think it's a good idea to be able to, trade with your friends for free. And, once these games get going,
it's going to be wild.
It's going to be wild. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So, well, I think we're pretty much, cool. We can just talk a little bit about pop culture for a couple minutes. I went to a comic book convention with my kids over the weekend, and my 4-year-old convinced me to get this thing. It was almost like a garage sale. The guy was like, "Please take this." So my wife I don't have to bring it home. And my 4-year-old was very happy to bring this Megazord home because he's in the Power Ranger phase right now and stuff.
It's almost big enough for him to use it as a chair.
Yeah. Got some other fun little collectibles.
Nice.
And awesome stuff.
Mine's are on the cabinet behind me. So yeah.
Right on.
Oh yeah, and Gordon, you got a book on the art of Batman, yeah?
Oh yeah. Yeah, this one. So
nice.
Super cool.
The art of the Batman. Love these art books.
The only thing I don't like about the art book, for some weird reason, because I think it's one of the first times, it's actually one of the few I've seen where there's been like a major motion picture and the art book's followed, because it's usually more sci-fi cartoony stuff that gets art books, but this is the first one I've seen based off something like the Batman. But yeah, it's full of I don't know if you can see that. It's like
cool
technical drawings of like gadgets and scenery and backgrounds and people who have done like key art pieces. But then one thing I hate about it is a lot of the stuff isn't credited. So there's pictures and paintings that are really fucking
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, there's
I hate it when they do that, or they put the names in the back with a number and you got to look it up on which page.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed about that because some of the the key art stuff, like the scenes I've done, are pretty cool. Like there's whole paintings of like Gotham, of like some of the scenes that they've done,
Wow.
which are pretty incredible. But yeah, I'm assuming it was a mix of different departments. Probably people like ILM were involved. In fact, I know ILM were involved at several points. But yeah, a lot of these movies usually have 3 or 4 VFX houses working on them. But yeah, because I finally got to see it. I got to see it. Oh god, it must be about 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah,
but I loved it as a lifelong Batman fan, and I've been a Batman fan since I was like 4 years old. But then yeah, I think it's a very specific film. I think it's kind of, I know why people would have the criticisms they do about the film, because I think it's a very Batman film. It's kind of made for Batman fans. I think anybody
it was like
who
a detective story. It was like Detective Comics is where Batman came from. So
there's a whole element of him using his brain more than just fighting people. I think Nolan's Batman Begins worked because there was a lot of action scenes. It was kind of like high intensity stuff. Although there was story with it, but yeah, I think the version Matt Reeves has brought to life was very to the core of what Batman is. Whereas he's not just a meathead who beats people up and screams, with his funny voice and stuff. He does use his brain a lot. He has even something really simple when they were at the first crime scene. Spoilers. It's not a huge spoiler, but just something interesting where they were talking about the guy's thumb missing, and he was like, "Oh yeah, he must have lost the thumb while he was still alive." He says, "If you look around the wound, you can see how it's set out, how the wound's set before he's died." It's only something he would know. And the riddles, obviously, when he was working through the riddles, he was getting them really quickly because he was so well read. So he wasn't really high. What was it? I think the first riddle was, "What does a liar do when he's dead? He lies still." So that was the whole thing as well. He clocked on it, and it was interesting. It was stuff like that, and then it was funny how he kind of established himself in the crime scene, and people got really into it, and then he went over and stared at a stain on the floor that must have been where they originally threw the tool that he killed the guy with, and then you see the photographer coming along and being like taking a picture because she's like, "Oh, it must be important." He's looking at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was there was tons of moments in that scene where it was very Batman, and I was kind of losing my shit. One of them was when they go to the Penguin warehouse and they're trying to interrupt the kind of drug bust, and they kind of chase him away, but then the car starts up and he starts revving it with a huge jet engine behind it. I was like, oh my god, I was like losing my shit. I was like, oh, the Batmobile looks so cool. So
awesome.
Yeah, that was a pretty intense car chase scene.
Yeah,
it was.
So, but yeah, very long.
The thing about movies is everyone has their own, you get to go in there and make your own feelings about it. Like everyone hyped up that Spider-Man movie, and then I tried watching it and it was kind of hard for me. But then the Batman movie I thought was good. I mean, I took me 2 days to watch it because I didn't see it in the theater. I watched it on HBO, and I just 3 hours long, so I was able to take a break.
Quite a long film, yeah. I think because it's setting up so much, but they've just announced a couple of days ago that they're making a second one now. They're going to make a second one. Which I think, which I think will be interesting because there's a huge kind of spoiler at the end about another character they're introducing. But then, I think there's potential for a lot more of that world to exist.
I'm sure there.
So I want to just recap as we finish up here because we're getting to the 30-minute mark. But we haven't talked about this too much lately, I think. But mattgazer.com is Matt's website, and he's got some amazing items you can purchase. One of them being this Battle Milk anthology, as well as the what Gordon's holding up there, the collector's edition of his art book. But mattgazer.com, everybody should be there checking it out. We're going to try to give away some t-shirts too. I always wear the t-shirts and we try to advertise them, but we probably just need to give them away. And if people could take a picture with their t-shirt that they win and post it on our Discord, that'll be awesome.
Battle Milk was a great book. Back when I was working on the Clone Wars series, the art department and I got together and published 3 different books, all based on Battle Milk, the title 1, 2, and 3. And we were tasked with 12 pages. You had to tell a story and narrative, through narrative art. And it was a lot of fun. And that particular piece, Oasis, I actually tried to develop into a robot, Love, Death, and Robots episode pitch, which I'm still crossing my fingers one day can get made. Really cool story about
and it's a whole other world
trying to find nature.
if we ever get tired of Dr. Zammsy, this is a whole nother world that could come to life through NFTs.
Oh yeah, completely.
Once we get our machine going here,
that would be a really cool game. You know, the main character's name is Berm, and he's on this quest to find nature in this desolate planet just full of steel. Nice. And so he ends up meeting all kinds of nefarious people and creatures along the way, and he ultimately finds, you know, the oasis, and that's what it's called.
Nice. So. Oh shit! Also, actually, so one more that I wanted to mention.
Okay, go ahead.
I got this one as well.
Nice.
Oh, sweet.
I don't know if you guys have seen that film yet, Mitchell versus the Machines.
Oh yeah, super great.
Oh yeah, amazing film.
Yeah.
I got that book as well.
Yeah, nice. Pretty awesome. All right, guys,
everybody, all the
fans.
Up. Well, no, let me just recap really quick. So everybody check Discord, and it's going to be on Discord, Telegram, and Twitter. Information about how to get the free drops, because we've had a lot of pay for drops, but we want to get people excited about the scavenger hunt and free stuff. And
May 27th for the
May 27th is going to be the set 3 launch, and we can't wait to share all that with you guys.
Check the website, check the Discord, check the YouTube, check everything.
And we'll keep you guys. We'll be here next week on Monday to give announce some more free drops and to give you updates. Everybody, thank you so much.
Also check the scavenger hunt as well. Mind you guys, that's still happening. So
yeah. Good luck.
Go to episode 19. Episode 19 has a link right now where you can go. I believe in about an hour it'll unlock. But if you can go there now and see, get the first of the scavenger hunt pieces.
Nice.
It's going to be at 2 p.m. Pacific.
Cool.
All right. Take care, everyone. See you next week.
Bye.